Hi everyone, and welcome to our screencast on using the library databases. For your next project, you are putting together an annotated bibliography, which means collecting some sources, most of them being scholarly and after the year 2000. So I thought I would give you some tips on how to do that. Some of you are already familiar with this, but if you're not, I have put a link on our Blackboard menu. It says right here 3301 Library Database. You can click on that and you will see this special page dedicated to AWD. It gives you a list of databases. And I find Academic Search Premier and JSTOR really effective, but you can also get slightly more subject-related databases, art and architecture, music, lit resources, and in addition, there's this little tab up here, Find Your Course, for people who are taking specific AWD courses. And that can help you narrow your databases down by subject as well. If you're writing something in the health sciences or in the humanities or pre-law, so feel free to play around with that a little bit. But we're going to use the ones that are put here for 3301, and we'll go to Academic Search Premier. So if you remember, I was looking for information, or I was asking questions about food insecurity and genetic modification. And I thought I would start there. Those are two, I think, pretty specific terms. And we'll see what I come up with when I do a search. And I have 9 possible um, entries. I'd like a few more, but let's start here. And here's how I want to limit it. I want just scholarly pieces that have been peer reviewed. And I also want pieces that are written after the year 2000 to make them current. So I look at this first one and I realize that it has a lot of the keywords I'm looking for. So I'm going to click on it. And it's going to give me some information on it, the authors, the source, the terms, and even an abstract. So I might want to read the abstract, which is down here, and see if it matches. And it does. It could be really effective for my area of exploration. So I'm going to check to see if we have a full text available, and it gives me a link in this window. And we could look the full text, and here it is. So here is the whole article. I can go through it. There's tables. It's broken up into sections, and that might be really valuable. So let's look at another search. And I'm only going to have 8 possible. Probably not all of them are going to be useful. So I'm now going to look at, I'm interested in the United States and genetic modification. And because of my search terms, they were pretty unspecific, and I've stumbled across a whole other area, genetic engineering in animals, in cells. So I need to modify it further, and I'm going to put food. And I put food, and there's some pieces here, and some of them look like they're duplicates, but most of them look pretty scientific. So I want to play with this a little bit. And what I'm really thinking about are crops, because that's the current discussion in the US, are these crops and how we're growing things that are genetically modified. And in the US, I do want to do, I have the scholarly already. So here's one that might be helpful. Here's one that looks like it might be a science one that I can work with. Here's one that might be really interesting because I'm looking at the sort of ethics of genetic modification. So we have lots of options. The main issue to remember is to take your terms really seriously. If you don't find what you think you're looking for, play with the terms a little bit. As I also say in the lecture, I'm pretty good at doing the research, and I'm happy to help you find what you need. It's like a little puzzle piece for me. Be sure to limit them to scholarly and after the year 2000. And what else can I tell you about this? Play around with all the databases, look for your fields, play with the terms, and happy searching. Okay, I hope this was helpful.